The next answer type that we want to take a look at is a multiple choice question, which is where we would, so under question type, we would choose select from options and multiple choice. We would start in a similar manner. We need to define what our possible answers are, and then define what our specific answer is. In this case, we'll start with the variable choices, or we could use the variable questions. We do need that specific variable name. And then we would create an array, which is a list of answers that we want in our multiple choice list, each one in its own set of parentheses. So option A, option B, option C. Whatever those three options are, whether they're static values, they can be plain English language, or they can be variables that you call on from earlier in the problem. If you were using variables that you created in the problem, you would drop the quotation marks. So it would just be like $A, $B, $C. But if we want statements here, like we want those words expressed, we would use the quotation marks to set those apart. Then we would define our answer. Here we're going to put an integer value between 0 and whatever the last item in our list is. Keeping in mind that arrays are always 0 indexed. So option A is answer 0. Option B is, well, I shouldn't say is answer, is item 0. Option B is item 1. And option C is item 2 in that array. So I could put a 0, 1, or 2 here for the correct answer. Or I could combine that with some if statements if the answer changes depending on some outcome in the problem. And then we need a display format. I like to use select, but some other options include horizontal, 2-column, 3-column, and inline. You can experiment with those and see what they look like. I just kind of think select gives us the cleanest option, or the cleanest result to view in the end. Then in our question text, somewhere we need to put that $answer box statement. That's where our multiple choice list or drop down menu will appear. So if we click quick save and preview, then since we're using the select display format, I get this drop down list, and the option is, or the correct answer is either options A, B, or C, which have been shuffled. I define the answer to be 0, so the first item in that array, so the answer should be option A. And we can check that and view the answer with the key as well. We have some additional options we can add here, or one additional option, which is no shuffle. We could set that to all. If we set that to all, then every time we load this question, option A, B, and C will always be in that same order. Whatever item I have first in the array will always be listed first, no matter how many iterations of this problem we go through. We also have the option to shuffle all but the last or the last 2 items. So this is helpful if you have some statements that you want to appear at the end always. So if we want no shuffle last, that might be a case where the final option is something like none of the above. Now the way we have this set up, options A, B, and C will be randomized, but that none of the above option will always be last. So just giving us some additional control if we want that. If we don't have a none of the above or any other specific statements, we would just skip that no shuffle command, and the answers would always be randomized within that list or shuffled within that list.